This is my windshield. Those little lights in the middle of the screen, that is somebody's semi, and somebody sitting in their semi staring at me. I am in a Walmart parking lot in Bryant, Arkansas, and this man in his spandex leggings, he's of a different nationality. Why should I have to discriminate on that? You know what I'm saying? Just some dude pulled in here in a semi, and I am parked between two other semis in like 3-4 other, like there's a lot of space between us. I make sure that I'm not facing any truckers in the sense that, you know, like I'm causing any issues, disturbances with my body. And I'm laying here in this parking lot, and this dude gets to looking at his truck, hopping back in, sitting in his vehicle, and he starts staring at me as I'm watching a video on my phone. And I'm over here and I'm smoking my weed and I'm just chilling because I can, because this is technically my home. And so I'm smoking my weed, smoking my medicine, chilling out, watching a video about feminism in China and how it's being discriminated against. And so I'm watching this documentary. I notice this guy waving his hands at me and everything, and I'm thinking, what the fuck? No, you're not even looking at me, whatever. I look back and forth a few times. He's in and out of his cab and everything, and I think he's trying to get my attention in that sense because he thinks I'm some kind of fucking prostitute. So I popped up the windshield covers. And so I could get into the back seat safely because I'm wearing shorts right now and I don't need anybody sexualizing me in that way. So I get in here after, I'm laying down, and I hear him scuffle along because I'm watching a video still, like I said. And I hear him coming along, and I should have recorded it. I should always record my interactions because I swear to fucking God I'm gonna get fucking murdered one of these days by that, or get harassed by police officers, and nobody's gonna get it on video. I'm gonna just start recording every interaction I have from now on. This man comes over to the window, to the side over here, over in this yonder, hold on, let me get this out of view, whatever, while I'm laying here. Comes over here and says, "What city is this?" Because I was like, what are you talking about? This is Bryant, Arkansas. You're a semi driver. You have GPS. And I'm saying this as I'm laying in the vehicle because I need him to fucking recognize I could have weapons in here and I could stab his fucking dick off. So, anyway, this is the type of harassment I fucking get every goddamn day. And why do I have to get this type of harassment? Because the officers didn't tend to me during my divorce so that I could be the one tending to my child and in a home and having all of my bills paid for, and my ex-husband paying alimony. Because it didn't work out that way. Because I didn't seek alimony at the time. I thought I was being really peaceful by just allowing all of this fucking misogyny to go on. I thought that, going along with the flow, I would end up having something one of these days. And instead, this motherfucking asshole can see that tiny little crack, and he knows that I'm recording myself right now. You can't see him from the angle that I am, laying at, which is fucking insane, but literally I can see him in his fucking cab right now. So every fucking where I go, I am not safe. So I try to tell people that I'm a disabled citizen. I don't know how to interact with people because I get the weirdest fucking interactions. I didn't try to make eye contact with this motherfucker, but when he pulled into the parking lot, he stared directly at me. He saw a pretty face. He saw me chilling over here. He smelled the weed. He thought I was some naughty girl and thought he would fucking come over here and talk to me like I'm gonna tell him, oh yeah, this is Bryan, Arkansas. Let me, you want your dick sucked? Just like the officers. Just like that fucking Matt G in fucking Hot Springs. That officer, Matt G. Oh yeah. And when I tried to file rape reports when I was in and out of the emergency room a few times having panic attacks and stuff, the officer was so nice. I just called him Officer Handsome because he was such a sweet, manipulative man. He comes into the room and he's like, yeah, we filed it. Don't worry, we got it. What rape filed? I don't see any reports being made. I don't see that anything actually came of this. I see that I'm homeless right now. I see that I'm laying in a car and I just got harassed sexually again, and I'm going to keep getting harassed sexually by all these other people, and none of the officers believed me because they wanted to stand up for themselves, for their own. The boys in blue. The boys. Not men. Boys. Because that's how it is. Because I can be fucking raped and murdered at any goddamn time and no one gives a shit because I'm a homeless, disabled citizen of the United States of America. And that's just how it is. And I'm sorry I can't get my face on video right now because of the lighting. I tried and I look like a horrendous monster. Like, lighting is terrible. It'll pick up every little flaw on your face. Literally, there's no way that his phone could have died and whatever unless he just didn't want to go to a gas station and pick up a fucking like cord to charge his phone for a moment. So whatever just happened right now, like, I might be in danger. Who the fuck does that? And he was just like, okay, have a good night. Well, no. Don't approach a woman in her vehicle that just put her fucking visors up because you were staring directly at her. What in the fuck is wrong with the world still? This is 2021. October 4th, 2021. And I am just chilling out in the fucking parking lot of a goddamn Walmart, wondering if I should call the police. But even if the police were called, they wouldn't do anything because there was no actual penetration. Like when I called the police on that man that stuck his hand down my pants. There wasn't any penetration. And also, you didn't get your water back. I know a lot of this fragmented storyline, not everyone understands, but that's why I'm chronicling my life from now on, because no one has ever believed me. No one has ever believed me that I've been sexually harassed since I was a little tiny baby girl. And I'm going to continually be harassed because something in my chemistry and my DNA draws all these psychopaths towards me. And just my looks, my mannerisms, I'm so sweet, I'm kind. Now I'm trying to put up that barrier where it's like, no, you can't even get my goddamn smile unless you pay for it. Get over yourselves. This is the worst reality a woman could go through. You allowed my ex-husband to take my child from me. You didn't get me alimony like I should have gotten because he destroyed my life. And all of this is not right. The justice system is broken in this country. You called me crazy. You allowed that signature to go through. There was no witness. What is wrong with Arkansas? What is wrong with the United States of America? They know that I put these videos out there. They know this is real life for me. They have cameras everywhere. They know, they monitor that I go to the gym incessantly. They monitor that I just go to restaurants. They monitor everything, and that's why I post it for everyone to notice and see, because my reality is just myself now. I lost everything 2.5 years ago because my ex-husband was allowed to file harassment charges on me again, yet again. I went to jail for 2 months and a psych ward in between, lost all that time, had no one to help me. My mother tried to help me. She fucking hates me. Everyone in my family hates me for speaking against them, and no one understands. No one comprehends that all I'm trying to do is live my life peacefully and be gentle with these sociopaths and these psychopaths. And no one has ever stood up with me, for me. And I've gone to therapy my entire life. I understand how to calm myself down. But whenever I was in front of the judges and everything, and I was expressing my raw emotions or saying something that was too vulgar, everyone in my entire life and all these authoritative figures tell me, why are you so defiant? Why? Can't you just suck it up and take every piece of shit we offer you? You just deserve shit. You're a low-income child. You were born to an immigrant and a low-income woman. She was only 16 when she started popping out kids, so there's psychological distortion within itself there. I'm not going to shut up about that because honestly, people realize, and if they don't realize and they continue to have kids after that point and they can't financially support them and they're on low income, then that's psychological distortion, isn't it? Because you're seeking love in the wrong places. So all I ever do wrong is spend too much money on food, smoke a little too much weed. That's how I party. What else do? I don't do much of anything else. But I'm chilling in the Walmart parking lot right now. And I'm like, I have to express these emotions. I have to tell people what's going on in my reality because I feel like I'm being harassed every day. And my ex-husband was allowed to file harassment charges against my words, against my emotions toward what he has done and what he's allowed to have happen to me. Y'all are fucked. Y'all are fucked. Y'all get your karma one day or somehow, or your children gonna get it for you, because that's not how you play the game. That's not how you do it even down here in the South. But since you got yourself a badge, you can tell everybody what to do. And if somebody's acting out, it doesn't matter if they're a disabled citizen and not classified as it yet. Oh, but that's just it. Just because I wasn't classified as disabled at that time and you've still been harsh with me, I should be allowed to sue the state of fucking Arkansas and the entire fucking United States for allowing this shit to happen. But no, you see me as a crazy person because I was in and out of psych wards for trying to commit suicide because you allowed this sexual abuse to continually happen to me. So I'm psychologically dysfunctional because I can't manage to realize that men are just going to continue to throw their dicks at me. That's part of society. No, that's not part of fucking reality. I'm over this shit. That's why I'm getting loud. Don't give a fuck if that motherfucker hears me. I'm gonna smoke some more fucking weed because I just brushed my teeth. There's nothing I can do. What I want to do is eat something because I'm so upset right now. All I want to do is consume something. And then I'm clicking my heels again because I'm very upset. I'm very scared. And when I did this shit in front of the officers, when I told them, they thought I was acting. And I'm like, you crazy psychopaths, just fix what you've allowed to have happened to me. And no one gets hurt. But karma, you're gonna get your fucking karma. It doesn't matter if I speak to whatever. Yeah, you're fucked. Every single one of you that have allowed me to get into this situation is fucked. Because if I end up raped and murdered one of these days and my story gets out there and everyone knows that all I wanted to do was get back to my daughter and have alimony and everything paid for because I'm over this shit. I'm not paying for my fucking self. I'm not paying for myself to exist in a world that's insane. Alright? That's why I try to fucking commit suicide all the goddamn time. And that's why I warn everyone, a suicide attempt is coming. I already know the fluctuations. And if you put me in a goddamn psych ward again, it's gonna make it worse. And I'm gonna do it right after I get out of the fucking psych ward, because then you're gonna hop me up on some stupid psych meds. Force them down my goddamn throat. Just close your eyes and eat it. fucking suck my dick, authorities. Suck my dick. You don't do shit to help me. You don't place me in a nice, safe place. Instead, you want me to go to homeless shelters. Well, since you couldn't manage to do a job, since you can't manage to fit into society in some form or another and pay into the system, then you're not worthy of us and our tax dollars. Excuse me, I pay my taxes. That's why I have a vehicle. That's why I have tags on the vehicle. That's why they're due this coming month. And I've got to go back and I've got to pay for this shit. So I'm over this shit. I'm wandering around, only in town for a day and gonna be out of the fucking town. But you guys are stupid ass fucked. You are so fucked. I told you, pieces of fucking shit. If anything goddamn happens to me, it's on all of your heads and not mine. It's on society's heads because you're dicks. The heads of your fucking stupid ass prick dicks, because all you could do is just listen to your goddamn selves. And when I was fucking scared and I had to retract some statements when I was 12 years old, you didn't see that as an issue, did you? Because I was a piece of trash from the very beginning, and I realized that because I was a mutt, and I know that now. And whomever watches these videos and actually gets to the end of my fucking rants and everything, God love you. Because this is horrifying for me. My reality is fucking horrifying. I'm not even playing. That's why I'm so scared right now. That's why I jumped up in my fucking seat and I'm literally thinking about slicing my fucking wrists right now because I am so nervous and scared. No amount of fucking weed, no amount of fucking eating, or trying to comfort myself or any kind of, whatever, self-soothing techniques is going to be helpful in this situation. I'm fucking horrified. I'm mortified that this has happened to me, that I'm even here on this fucking very, very plane at this goddamn time. And no one wants to help me. They're like, if your parents can't support you, the government doesn't love you. But just so you know, we'll get in your business if you've got children, and we'll help you by fucking giving you tickets and shit and all this other bullshit. But then they let the real crazy people have the children. What? What kind of backwards fucking society is this? What kind of backwards, especially in the South, crazy? And all that other shit happened in Wisconsin. What kind of crazy is this motherfucking shit that I'm living in? I don't even give a fuck that I'm cussing. I'm scared. I'm having a fucking panic attack. I'm about to fucking cry. And I know it because this is not okay. You people are fucking insane. You people are crazy. And then I just break out into burst into tears and people would be like, well, Leticia, you're crazy. No, you're not seeing it. You're not seeing. You don't see it. You don't know what they do. I'm horrified. You people are monsters. You people are monsters. Fucking monsters. Everyone, especially penises. Everyone that's attached to a goddamn penis. And even those cocksucking whores. Fucking mentally disturbed. You're all fucking crazy. You need to recognize all the different hormonal imbalances within you, the chemical imbalances, and deal with them. I know I'm okay. That's why I stay in my fucking field. And I don't even make contact. I know what my rankings is too, so I don't approach hot guys. I'm telling you, I know. I'm not stupid. So I don't even make eye contact with people. I know I'm not that pretty. I know I'm not the most beautiful. I know I'm not the smartest or the most talented. But when people see me, they see the way I move my body. They see certain aspects of me. They notice my different features, my aesthetics that they enjoy. That's when they try to pursue me to rape me, to sleep with me, and then leave me. They'll say whatever they need to get me to that point where I believed in the past, and I realize now I'm not gonna fall for any of that shit anymore. They will literally lead you to the point where they'll gaslight you and tell you, I'll give you everything and this and this and this, and you're everything to me, and this, I'll always, blah blah blah, I'll always be there for you. They lie. Men lie because they can't help it, because their penises and those chemical imbalances that happen in the brain when they get aroused, they can't understand and comprehend what goes on after that. So then they try to be helpful, but then they negate the fact that they can't do anything to back up those words. So they're being untruthful, dishonest from the very beginning, and they can't help it. They can't help it. It's just, they can't help it. And then they presume that they're the ones, oh, God, we're created in God's image. We are, our masculinity and all this and that and all our white privilege, crazy. You all are fucking crazy. We are all made in God's image. Listen to our words. Quit shutting us out. Quit calling us witches and bitches and all this shit. Quit calling us this and that. Leftover girls is what the phrase is, or whatever, in China, where it's just like, quit calling us all these phrases. This, I'm a cunt because I won't text you back, or I'm a cunt because I tell you that you're being inconsiderate, and I'm just like, whatever, I'm over it. You're all fucking dicks, like literally inconsiderate pieces of shit I don't have to put out for anybody. And if that were to fucking happen, shit, I'm good. I don't need anybody's penis. Let me just clarify that. And if ever the day comes that I decide that I want to choose another penis to be fucking dealing with, then I'll do that. But I don't feel like I should have to be having it thrown at me in the middle of a goddamn parking lot at, okay, I didn't even tell you guys what time it is. It's like 4 in the goddamn morning. It's 4 in the fucking morning. This douchebag could have gone to some other place, gotten that fucking information about being in Bryant and whatever. I'm scared. I'm horrified. I can't even sleep right now because I'm that fucking nervous. This is why I go looking like shit some days, with all my wrinkles and saggy eyes and all this and that, because I cannot get decent sleep. Because I'm literally in danger. Like 99% of my life has been in danger. Like, my parents literally wanted to kill me when I was being brought up, and no one even noticed it. When there are photos of me as a child and you can see my spine, they wanted to starve me to death when I was in Mexico. That makes perfect sense now. And I thought, man, you guys are really fucked up. Like, they couldn't sell me into the trade because I was already tagged by the United States with my social and all this and that. So couldn't sell me into a sex trade or anything. They couldn't do anything with me. I wasn't going to do anything for them because I was a girl. And I was the third child. And the photos of me, and then my mom, she's so proud to say, yeah, you almost died when you were 2 years old, and I had to rush you back to the United States. And I'm thinking, well, that was God speaking through you to do the right thing. And she said, no, that was me. I saved you. I'm like, bitch, you're not a fucking martyr. Who the fuck do you think you are? Like, yeah, okay. You should want to save one of your children. And by that point, she had already had a 4th child. So she was tending to him, Angel, her little angel. And she was tending to him and neglecting me as a child as I was starving to death. And that's exactly why my high fever and that line across my front teeth and some of my teeth in the back are slightly like calcified as well. Those are calcium deposits from that high fever that was allowed to happen, where I had gotten dysentery, where I had this and that, because I've always been a very sensitive child. I've always been a sensitive human being. I've always noticed the differences with different things that I interact with. My skin breaks out easily, all these different things. I'm very sensitive to smell, textures. Some textures make me want to gag. So I just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I am pretty sure I don't have that many disorders in that sense, as much as it is just me acknowledging my reality and how it interacts with me. So I try not to have like an overbearing or, outlandish reaction. And I'm thinking, like, I can't do this anymore. That's why I had to fucking film this and spend 25 goddamn minutes with you people, because I have no one else to talk to. And my therapist, let me tell you about this too. My therapist and I set up an appointment. I filmed him speaking the other day, and I thought, I don't need to keep this video. I don't need to call him out on his bullshit. He's 80 years old. you know? But I do need to call some people out on their shit. Because I have 2 different insurances. So I shouldn't have to pay for my therapy sessions whatsoever. And he tells me during a session about a month and a half ago, and he says at the end of it, oh, I looked into your insurance, and I was like, okay, what'd you find out? And he said, I found out that, you'll just have to pay me $13 each time we meet each other. And I was like silent, because I was like, you're going to ask a homeless person that's been homeless for a year, someone living off of disability, someone that can't even work because she's so stressed out she can't interact with any other humans. You're going to tell her she owes you $13 for every time you listen to her rant? And I mean, it's not that he gives me poor advice, but the one time he told me that the crackhead outside of the gas station might have been an angel. And that to me is crazy. That crackhead assaulted me verbally and said sexual, demeaning things toward me. I don't know if you were, I know I post a lot of my information online on any of these things, but at some point, that person, the crackhead that was sitting outside of the gas station, I tried to just offer him some snacks that I had, just because I knew that he looked ragged, and this is this is during daylight hours. It wasn't during any time where I would have gotten... Anyway, he started stalking me, and I had told my therapist about it, and my therapist doesn't recall anything that I say, mind you. He will listen to me, but he does not remember how many siblings I have. He doesn't remember any of those things. He just tells me to look on the bright side. Always just looking on the bright side. And I realized, I was like, okay, yeah, well, some interactions, I get that. I'm not important enough for anyone to actually acknowledge and remember my story. I get it, okay? And I've had to deal with that my whole life, dealing with therapists. All they do is type down what you say, and then they acknowledge that you have these emotions, and they express to you that you just need to stay positive. That's it. So, but getting out everything has led me to understand why, how, and where I went wrong dealing with other people. Because it was actually their psychological distortions interacting with my reality. And I went along with their distortions without even recognizing that I had followed through with that. Because I was seeking comfort in the sense of wanting people's admiration. And now I don't seek that in any way. I don't. I honestly want to die. So that's what I truly, that's what I want. Because I just cannot deal with this reality anymore. I can't deal with the fact that my daughter is going to be 9 years old in a few days and no one will allow me to see her. Allow me to see the child that I breastfed? ? Y'all are crazy. So I gave birth to that kid, breastfed her for 13 months, took care of her for the first few years. It was all my money that went into the diapers and all that stuff. I was obviously the one feeding her. And you're going to tell me that I have to pay the system toward visitation rights because you got the paperwork fucked up because he used the most expensive attorney in town to fuck me over. And then you guys are going to just say, that's on me? I've been a disabled citizen for way more years than I was actually classified by the government because you allowed me to have this post-traumatic stress. I was just trying to act right for society's standards. When I was smoking weed, I was sitting there. I didn't get in trouble, thank God for it, because people knew I didn't act all crazy on it. But of course, you keep track of it. You know where the drug dealers are. You know all this and that. You've got enough information. We've had cell phones for the last 20 goddamn years or more. More than that. But anyway, what I'm saying is that I've had a fucking cell phone for nearly 20 years now. And my father, I would wake up in the middle of the night and he'd be, of course, in his underwear, because that's how he's fucking creepy, walking around the house just in his underwear. Walks over and I would wake up and he would be going through my phone, my flip phone. And I was like 15, 16 at the time. This goddamn pervert going through my fucking phone. And there was nothing I could say or do about it. Because everybody's like, that's your dad. He doesn't know. No, the motherfucker was raping my sister. And you're going to tell me he's okay with being around me? Y'all are crazy. Like, for real. And you knew it was going on. And you even have like audio and whatever. And you just didn't want to help people. Because you know damn well that you can tap into phone lines. You know damn well that if it were someone important, you would care. But since it's nobody important and we have no money or nothing and nothing to steal or to offer to this, system, nothing. That's why I don't give a fuck how condescending I sound. Because y'all are fucked. Y'all are ridiculous. Y'all are fucked. All of society and all of the men that think that they can enforce their will on damaged women like that and coerce them into doing a bunch of shit and then continually just abuse us because we just didn't know any better, but we were doing it through an emotional aspect. No, it wasn't not knowing any better. It was knowing too much and trying to help you pieces of shit. So, like my mother would say, well, just keep your mouth shut. Just keep your mouth shut. Then he can continue to pay for us. And what good will he do if he's in prison? If he can't just offer us his money? What? Are you crazy, bitch? Yeah, because you want men to support you for the rest of your fucking life. And that's why you told me as I was living with you. And I was 250 pounds. You knew damn well I couldn't have much of my choice on the market. Telling me, just get a boyfriend and move in with him. Get a boyfriend and have him take care of you. I don't want to deal with you. I understand you're an old bitch and you're my mother. I get that. You don't want to take care of your adult children that you ended up traumatizing from early on in childhood. You don't want to take care. I understand what part of the lower class system you're in. And then she's talking about when I was living with her, maybe I should adopt children to take care of. And I'm like, what are you crazy talking about, you drunk bitch? Like, seriously, you think that the system's going to give you children to raise after you destroyed your own daughters and stuff? No, thanks. It's not going to see you as some proud, honest woman. It's going to see you for what you are. All of society will see because they see how I've turned out. They see what I harp about every goddamn day. Everyone knows. Oh, Leticia, she will not shut up about sexual trauma. She will not shut up about this and this and this. Leticia, this girl, will not shut up about the things she's lived through. This girl will not shut up. And I'm like, yeah, no, I won't. And I will not interact with people without them recognizing who they're dealing with, what's going on in my reality, and how they need to just step off. Back the fuck up. If you have nothing to offer me, I most definitely have nothing to offer you. Let me tell you. And it's not even about a monetary thing. It's not even about a financial thing. It's about a spiritual aspect of it. If you cannot heal me in any way, I will not put forth any of my healing powers or energy to heal any one of you. And actually, this is a healing aspect of my personality. Destroying things in order for it to regrow. You need to recognize through psychology what is going on here, and people need to regrow. People need to demolish those old habits, destroy what's going on here, and regrow new. That's why I'm always so positive still, because even at the end of the fucking day, I smoke too much fucking weed to give a shit about any other human. I smoke too much fucking weed to give a shit about what the fuck is going on in the goddamn world. I am over it. It is fucking nearly 5 in the fucking morning and I'm just chilling. Sometimes I don't post all the videos that I take, but I'm definitely posting this one. Most definitely. This rant needs to be fucking heard, and I don't care if it's sitting outside the Walmart parking lot. You can't even see my face, all disheveled hair, and expressing to you that this is dangerous. Allowing this to happen. And you worried about my ex-husband getting stabbed and my daughter not having anything in the future? But first of all, you don't care about her anyway, because she's low income. She comes from me. It's already in different classifications. It doesn't even matter. Half the world's gonna die soon anyway. It doesn't fucking matter. So I just hope to God that I don't have to come back to this plane ever again, because I know the differences, and I know since when I pass over and come fucking back, and all the little tidbits of information, knowing that I have to suffer in order to succeed, I get this. And I'm succeeding in the sense that I am still here on earth. I am still alive, and I'm still able to share my story. And half the time, not even half the time, 95% of the time, people get something from my story and that helps them. And I realize that now. I was like, okay, my suffering helps other people. I'm okay with that. If I have to suffer for the rest of my life speaking about what traumas that I've lived through and what are still occurring and everything that's going on, and people feel for me and I feel for them, because all it all comes down to is humanity. Humanity. Morality. Mostly being ethical. Morally ethical. Realizing souls, realizing people, realizing energies, realizing the differences and the, things that we expel, even words. So, I just tell you, I'm getting sleepy now. There's plenty of people out here. Hopefully this man won't try to approach me again. Who the fuck does that? For real? And, yeah. And people are like, but she can't show any proof. Motherfucker, there's cameras right there at the goddamn Walmart. If my story got out there, you could pinpoint all the camera spots and you'd know who and what and where, but you just don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck until a crime's already happened, and then you gotta piece together all those little details that led to me wandering around, traveling singly, being alone, and being like, hey, rape me over here. Yeah, stupid ass people. Stupid ass motherfucking people. I'm just trying to heal my goddamn self, and you people are shit. You humans are shit. I'm human too. I get that. Yeah, I get that. So anyway, I bleed just like the next bitch. And also too, like, maybe that's why my pain tolerance is so high. Maybe it's because I just don't give a shit. Maybe that's why I can still do the splits at 34 years old. And I've never done that really in my whole life, and I just sort of picked it up out of nowhere. And I'm just like, excelling in all these ways. Maybe it's because I'm expelling my demons through the words and communication that I couldn't get out. All the demons that were pent up and built up inside of me. Maybe this expression of creativity and art and reality will help other people. Hopefully it'll help my daughter and help her recognize what the fuck happened to me every goddamn day. Maybe it'll help other bitches and their children, and maybe they'll realize not to procreate with a bunch of stupid ass motherfuckers that are just going to take advantage of us. That's all it is. Maybe we should have areas where women can raise their children peacefully, but instead the system's all fucked. And then also too, people are like, oh, my story is like yours, only slightly different because, yeah. And I'm just like, first of all, the government didn't take my child. My ex-husband took my fucking kid. I never did anything wrong. I was a wonderful fucking parent. Absolutely amazing. And I say that with complete confidence because I already know when I was reading her books, when I was coddling her, in the sense that I didn't overdo it, but I was a helicopter mom, and every time I was there, I miss her. I miss her very, very fucking much. Her birthday's coming up. I'm going to end up, doing a bunch of fun stuff in order to celebrate her life. And that's it. That's all there is to it. I'm going to live my life peacefully and alone because I'm not putting effort into trying to rear a child that I can't see or actually be a part of her life. And I had told my ex-husband, there's no more money coming in. There's no more cards. There's no more letters. There's no more anything. There's no more... You're not zapping any more of my energy, finances, or anything like that, emotions, because I'm over it. I'm over you people. You guys are fucked. When she's 18 years old, she'll come and find me, and she'll realize I loved her until the day I died. So, and then you guys would just have to pick up the emotional trauma in those pieces and try to work with her, because she's going to be horribly traumatized, not be able to excel either. Because at some point, she's going to break her. When she knows and realizes all the things that I had lived through and was not able to be a part of her life, and I was constantly harping about wanting to be near her, she is going to flip the fuck out on everybody else, not me. So anyway, I just wait for the day I see her again, because like I love her so fucking much, and everything that I state is documented. So I try to express in these videos as well. Look for the documentation when you come and find me, because I'm not lying. Like those Healthy Connections program was out there. All of these different programs that I went to, the library as well, the different times that, you know, I checked out videos and tapes for my daughter. So I just tell her, like, understand where I'm coming from, understand what has happened to me, and then make up your mind about what your father is, because that's completely uncalled for, and he is a marital rapist, and no one did anything for me. When I spoke out about it, when I was angry about it, when I hit him in the head with a frying pan, instead they looked at that as me being just an aggressive human being, and not recognizing that those were my pent-up emotions and aggression from everything he was doing to me. And he was abusing me. So, and using my resources, living in my home, the one that was in my name and everything, using everything, and just being inconsiderate in that sense. Still going out. I let him go out with his friends all the time. I wanted him to have a life because I didn't have much of one, especially when I got pregnant and started taking care of my child. I didn't care what he did, but I know he was out cheating and stuff. I know he was out flirting with other people and doing whatever he wanted and being a piece of shit. And I just couldn't, and drinking, constantly drinking. And people are like, oh, that's okay because it's legal. Okay, so it's okay that I smoke a bunch of pot and I talk shit then and tell you the truth about the reality of it, because alcohol is a depressant. So everybody that is taking a bunch of alcohol all the time, constantly their chemistry in their brain is messed up and they're being depressed all the time and they don't even know it. And then they push off their emotions and everything and their aggression when they have hangovers off on other people, and people just are like, oh, it's chill, it's cool, it's legal. Okay, well then if you want to place that type of person in an authoritative position, you're stupid. Because if they're all fucking distorted in the brain, they can't manage to make even out that balance, because they're actually depressed, and drinking a depressant, making them more depressed, and it's supposed to counteract and boom, make them happy. No, that's why they've got a shit ton of weight. Most alcoholics are a shit ton fucking overweight. So, that's not real happiness there, buddy. Maybe if you had a protein shake and went and worked out, or did something healthful instead of that, like I do, like I try to do, especially like I literally went and brushed my teeth at a gas station and came to lay down and just wanted to rest. And now I made a 45 fucking minute video just now on how I'm unsafe. Unsafe in the United States. That's what I'm gonna label this title, Unsafe in the United States of America. Story, right? It's a fucking reality TV. Leticia's reality. That's fucking, fuck you people. Fuck you people. I do not do this for anyone but my daughter, so that she knows where I'm fucking coming from. She's the only one I fucking care about, because she's the only one that, like, I have any ties to anymore. That's it. I'm chopping every single spiritual tie with every single other piece of shit that has treated me like shit in my goddamn life. You mean nothing to me. You mean absolutely nothing. You're scum. I pray for you. I pray that you'll be happy in whatever endeavors you pursue, because the reality of it is your souls are damaged, tainted. Have fun while you're here on this plane, because afterward, in the other dimensions, you're gonna suffer tenfold. Each and every person that has allowed shit like this to happen to any other person, y'all are fucked. I'll pray for you. I'll pray for your souls, that it's gonna balance you out. All right then. I feel much better now that I've gotten out my emotions. I'll do the sign of the cross to that one, because honestly, I know I'm fine. If I die or get raped and killed, my soul is fine, and then I'll be free. So that actually would be a blessing. People don't realize that's actually what some people pray for, to just be removed from this plane. But you can't do it by your own hands, because that actually taints it. And you're forced to have to come back, or be stuck within the planes in limbo, trying to seek the justice that was never fulfilled on this plane. All right then. Have a great evening. I'll just label this whatever I need to, you fucking psychopaths. But yeah. Yeah, I wish I didn't have to deal with any of these crazy motherfucking stupid ass pieces of shit. But that's the reality of it. Crazies running crazies. Everybody crazy. Everybody fucking crazy. I can't believe that officer lied to me when I remember being in and out of it when I was like in the hospital that day and everything, and he was like, yeah, we filed your rape charge. Wow, you didn't file anything. They never do. They literally will tell somebody like me, because I've had the, bouts with the psychosis and stuff. They'll gaslight you. The officers will gaslight you and not help you. Just like growing up. They say they're gonna help you and they never do. Gaslighting by officers. That's what I should label this. It's exactly what I should label this. Because this isn't fair. None of this is fucking fair. You guys stood up for a dick, and you continue to stand up for the dicks, and you guys are just fucking crazy. And I hope that your daughters suffer, and your sons, their dicks fall off. Just a little curse here and there. Never hurt nobody, but it does. Alright then. Fuck you people again. This is my trauma. This is me speaking a lot about everything and everyone, and stay the fuck away from me. Because that's exactly the trauma that I've lived through. That's why I'm so antisocial. That's why I tell people speak my mind, because I'm like, I'm gonna keep up these barriers and these spikes around me, and I'm gonna speak my mind to everyone and whatever. Like this one dumb bitch that parked all crazy to cut me off in a parking lot in a Walmart in Illinois. So she parked the opposite way, stole the spot I was gonna pull into, and I was fucking pissed. I was going inside to take a shit in the fucking Walmart, and I was so fucking mad that she just startled me into that. And I was like, you don't know how to fucking drive. I confronted her. then I saw her leaving. Funny thing. So I waited till she walked up to her fucking car, and I told her, I said, if I was having a worse day, I'd have keyed your car, stupid bitch. I was like, and I didn't say it like that. I was like, you know, and the funny thing is that I appropriate myself so well to some people that I just leave them with a mark because I'm so intelligent, and it's just like one of those, brah, she just cut you, and you can't do anything because you're stupid, and you can't fight back with your words. That's why my ex-husband's family beat the shit out of me, because they had no intelligent words to use, so they used their hands to get their point across, and I ended up with the fucking emotional scars from it. Physical and emotional scars. And the officers still didn't do anything about it to correct it. Instead, all it was a mark on my record, and it's still there, that I was acquitted of assault on 2 family members. What is wrong with you people? Go back and correct the wrongs that you've done, and then we'll talk. Then we'll understand where we're all coming from, because some one person didn't do their fucking job right. That's why I go around and leave reviews. How ironic. I leave reviews for everybody to understand you're doing a shit job. You're doing a shit job, or you're doing a great job. I hate leaving negative comments. That's why I just held my tongue for so goddamn long. But I'm over it. I don't hold my tongue. No. People are like, you've got a serpent's tongue. No, it's actually the words of God coming through some tainted little cunt. And everybody's like, oh, but it couldn't have been a woman. Why could she be speaking about Jesus? No, this is Jesus. Jesus saves me every goddamn day. Why do you see there's a goddamn rosary in my fucking car? Because I'm horrified. I've got to keep up with the Satan and everything around me. The demons that try to approach me. Keep that cross handy. Fuck you people. Start speaking in tongues and other fucking religious aspects. And people are like, oh, okay. Fuck you people. Fuck you and your stupid ass reality. You fuck with people. You discriminate based on gender. You discriminate based on race. And I've had all of this discrimination happen to me. Ostracized and persecuted because of these aspects. But only when people are like, Leticia, you're acting out. We'll just classify you. Bitch, I'm not acting out when these people I'm dealing with are fucking insane. End of rant. Have a lovely evening. It's October 4th, 2021 at approximately 5 a.m. Leticia Collins, formerly serving